Happy Friday, everyone. It's the end of the first trading days of June, first 3 trading days. It's now the 3rd of June. We've kind of not had a full trading week in June yet, but I'm already feeling good about the month. And the reason for that is we've had another green day. And we've had a green week, an all green week. Granted, Monday was a no trade day because of Memorial Day on the markets and Memorial Day on in the US. So the markets were closed. But 4 green trading days in a row this week, to add to the 4 green trading days in a row that we had at the end of last week. So that's 8 green trading days in a row. So I'm feeling good, feeling buoyant. I'm like, okay, have we turned that profitability corner? Not sure we have, but I'm not sure we've not either. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good, and looking forward to next week. And today we traded 6 different stocks. We had 4 winners, 2 losers. One of the losers should have been a winner, really, if I'd taken profits when I could have done, but I was just trying to prove a point. And I'd already got a good position on the day by that stage, and I'd set a stop range in place. It just missed out on the top level, and then pulled back and got stopped out on the bottom level. So I ended up almost $2,000 down on that particular ticker. But you know, we finished over $5,000 on the day. Not to say we were a little over $6,000 up at one stage, but to finish the day, $5,000. I always say that any day that's green is a good day. Any day that's green to 4 figures is a phenomenal day. And day over $5,000 green, and not only have we started to build a little bit of cushion on the month of June, we're 3 days in. But we've started to build a little bit of cushion on the month of June, and it's going to help us as we get into kind of weeks 2, 3, and the end of June. We should be able to be in a position to take bigger swings. We should be in a position to take bigger size, and maybe even have some, 5-figure days. So we're looking at getting back to the levels where I'm not confident we're going to get to 6-figure months just yet, but we're getting to the levels where we can look forward to having 5-figure days again. So yeah, happy Friday, and enjoy the trade recap. Remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel. I need all the fans I can get. The thumbs up button's great for the algorithm. The subscription is great for my ego. On top of that, if you want to know when I'm actually going to be trading live, or if I'm going to be posting some tutorial videos over the weekend, so if you want to know when they get posted, hit the notification bell. You get a notification every time that I either post a video or I'm going live, and it will come to your inbox. Okay, enjoy the videos, and enjoy the trade recap. Enjoy the weekend. See you soon. So we traded 6 different stocks today. We had mixed results, but on the whole, it was very positive. To be quite frank, I've been enjoying my trading this last week, and I'm not sure whether I've been enjoying my trading because I've been making money, or I've been making money because I've been enjoying my trading. It's one of those paradoxes that you can never quite put your finger on which one comes first, the whole chicken and the egg scenario. But this week it's been a short week. We were profitable on Tuesday, profitable on Wednesday, first day of the month, profitable again yesterday, and again today. So a $5,000 day is my aspirational goal to average across the year. We've had a $5,000 day, so of course that puts me in great spirits. How did we do that? Well, we didn't start off on the right foot. We started off trading TNXP. Now, TNXP was a previous mover from Wednesday. It moved up on Wednesday on the back of the whole monkeypox, smallpox news catalyst. It received a patent granted for monkeypox vaccine on Wednesday. Of course, that and the price shot up, but it sold off just as quick, and we were starting to get a bit of a move, a bit of a bounce, if you will, this morning. And we looked to get a move. So it hit the scanners as it broke and went green on the day. We saw this little move, but then it started to consolidate. So I wasn't too sure. It wasn't great volume. You can see the volume histogram at the bottom. It wasn't great volume. This initial spike was, and after that it just kind of died a little bit of a death. But then we started to see that, oh, hang on a minute, there's a bit more volume starts to come in. So as the volume came in, it hit the scanners again. It moved up, and I'm thinking, okay, it might have a continuation. It might have another run. And unfortunately, it started to pull back. So I'm thinking, okay, bull flag. So we'll let it pull back. First candle to make a new high, which is this doji, and that's where we entered. Funnily enough, we judged the top of the doji perfectly, 298. Just below the whole dollar resistance, and we got the whole dollar resistance, and it pulled back. We were only giving it 5 cents. We had 10,000 shares. We were only giving it 5 cents, so we lost $500. We didn't trade this again today. We did take a look at it later in the day, but it was just selling off. So we didn't even get that dead cat bounce, if you will. It was a continuation of selling off. For whatever reason, it had a little bit of a pop pre-market between 8 and 8:30, but then just continued to sell off. The next stock we traded was AMLX, and another bioscience stock. And I'm trading a lot of bioscience stocks lately, but this was moving up based on relatively good news. It had sold off quite considerably a few weeks ago. When it had bad trial results. But then today got news from the FDA. It had received an extension on the testing. So they've now got till September, and that was the extension. And the market reacted to this very well. So this moved up, and we got this initial move up. It hit the scanners with the momentum scanners. Got a pullback. It would have been a good entry. It would have been a very good entry to get in here at kind of 1270, but unfortunately we didn't. So we saw the next move up. We're looking for the next flag, if you will. So this is a nice flag entry. This next bull flag was here, and that's where we got in. And we got in for 10,000 shares. We got filled at 1344 on this candle on the way up. We took our first profit, 6 cents. We took 5,000 shares off. We went in for 10,000 shares, took 5,000 shares off at the $0.50. We're expecting a little bit of psychological resistance, as you do with the quarter, half, and whole dollars. So we took half our position off at the $0.50 as it was, showing a little bit of hesitancy before it then popped above it. And then we took some more off, so a further half, so it was 2,500 at this stage. And we took that off 10 cents further on, or 12 cents further on at 13.62. And then when we got up at 13.90, this went up to 14.05 before pulling back. As it pulled back, we started to get a bit. We didn't really feel like it was going to continue with this move, so we thought, okay, we'll exit the position. If it continues to move up, we've got a potential bull flag set up on here, so we can get a good entry. If we take the rest of our position off, we can probably get a better entry and get an extra little few cents. As it happened, we judged the top fairly well, and we got out at the top of our position was, as I say, was 13.90. So we judged that well enough. So we watched this pullback, nice downwards channel. And downwards channels, they tended to break upwards. On the 1 minute, this is quite choppy. If you're looking for the next candle to make a new high, you get faked out a number of times. I was actually watching this because it went beyond the kind of the flag level of kind of 4 or 5 candles. So it was definitely a channel. So I was looking at it on the 2 minute time frame. And we got this breakout here. And I got in on this breakout, 1366 is when we entered. And we only went in for 2,500 shares. We could have got in a little bit earlier, but we didn't get the feel for it. So I waited for the next candle to make a new high, which would have been this one. So I got it at 1366. And when it started to look like it was going to pull back, I exited the position. And to be fair, I got a full 10 cents, so 1376, which that made us, we had $2,000 worth of profit on this particular ticker. We lost the 500 earlier on TNXP. We were up 2,000 on this one, gave us a net position of $1,500 on the day. Took the dog out for a walk, went and did some shopping, the usual things I like to do in the afternoon, away from the trade desk. So I could have called it quits there, but I didn't. When I sat back at my desk a few hours later, a couple of hours later, and the scanners were short. I was looking at the scanners to see if there's anything worth trading. GME was moving up on the momentum scanner. I wasn't quite convinced. Then we started to get this consolidation, a bit of a pullback. It didn't pull back too much, and I thought, okay, maybe it could be interesting. Then the volume wasn't great at the time. I didn't take it. It did break out, and I thought, okay, well, now I'm interested. And I looked for a safe entry. Is it moved up kind of over 132? It then started to pull back, and I could have entered for the next pullback. And I was looking for an entry, didn't get it. We could have got in for this candle to move up, but it was on this pullback that we got the entry. It was for the break of 133, and we got in there. Break of 133, and we moved that up. We took some profits at 135, and we then moved up and took the rest at 137. So we didn't ride it all the way up. It did come back down quite quickly. So we did well with GameStop. We've traded GameStop a lot of times over the last couple of years. GameStop, AMC tend to be synonymous with each other, and GameStop's just a little bit more risky, can be a little bit more volatile. It's a little bit more risky because it's a bigger stock, and the range, as a result of it being a lot more expensive, the range tends to be a lot more. The spreads are, anywhere between kind of 30 and 50 cents. So you've got to factor all of that into the equation as well. But we finished 2,500 up on GameStop. Happy with that. And then we looked for something else to trade, and we traded HCP. So HCP had sold off heavily. It sold off absolutely massively pre-market, and it was just looking for a reversal, if you will, and it continued to sell off. We've got a little bit of a double top here before it sold off and it hit the bottom. Now, again, the scanners, the Benzinga scanners, this popped up as it was breaking the VWAP on the Benzinga scanners, and the momentum. So it was moving up with good momentum, and I was looking for the break above the VWAP, maybe a pullback, test the VWAP as support, get a VWAP bounce. At this stage, just before it broke the VWAP, I was looking at this and thinking, okay, this is reversing. It's going for a bit of a bounce, whether it's a dead cat bounce or a full-on reversal. Either way, there's potential here for us to make a nice bit of profit. And I actually called it out in the Discord. I said, look, watch this for the break of $34. When we get the break of $34, there's at least a whole dollar move, possibly two. So we got the pullback to the VWAP. As it moved up, it broke $34. That's where I entered. Again, I only took 2,500 shares of this. It's a bit more expensive stock, a bit like GameStop. Not quite as expensive as GameStop. I didn't take as many shares with GameStop as I did with this, but this took 2,500 shares for the break of $34, and we rode it up to 35. We took the whole amount back off at 35, and we made almost a full dollar move with this. And got to be honest, I was happy with the $2,500 that we made. It was actually 24.25. that we made, because then it started to pull back, and I figured that okay, it may go on and continue, but the spreads were a little bit rangy as well. You know, we're getting 15, 20, 25 cents on the spreads. So the spreads were a bit rangy from time to time. And I thought, okay, well, probably not worth the risk to try and push it up to 30, 35, 50, 30, $36. It didn't go up to $36. It went up to 35.88 before then pulling back. So a good $2,500. We'd made $2,000 with AMLX. We'd made $2,500 with GME. We'd made $2,500 with HCP. The only blot on the copybook at this stage was TNXP, and unfortunately, that was the first trade we took. As I mentioned earlier, I did take a look at it at this stage, thinking, okay, well, maybe if this is moving up towards into the close or something, this is moving up, we can correct that, and we can have a perfect day, a perfectly green day. No such luck. It was still looking weak. There was no trades to be had, certainly to the upside with TNXP, and there was no trades to be had with the downside because it wasn't shortable. It was on the short sale restrictions list, so that wasn't going to happen either. So unfortunately, there was always going to be that blot on the copybook after we took that trade pre-market. We did leave that there. We went and had some dinner, and we came back for the power hour, the last hour of the market and into the close. So coming into the close, I saw Redbox, and I'm just going to zoom out here on the 5 minute because this is the pattern that I saw. I saw a double bottom pattern, which is the W pattern. So the sell off, a bounce up down to the lows before a strong move up, which is very bullish. And then typically you can get a good move up with these. So I did the measure stick. And we're coming down here, and I'm thinking, okay, well, if this starts to move up, we potentially could get a move up to kind of 365, 370. So I entered this position on Redbox on again trading the 5 minute chart as opposed to the 1 minute chart, and I entered Redbox at 639. So it was for the break of 640. So I entered at 639, which was akin to the middle of this the W point, and I was looking for the move up. So giving it 30 cents, I thought, okay, well, I'll give it 20 cents, be conservative. Okay, I set the stop half of that, so less than half of that. I set it at 9 cents. I like the round numbers. The market likes round numbers, so I like round numbers. So I set my stop at 630. I put a range stop in place. Set my stop at 630 with a take profit at 660, and it moved all the way up. As it was moving up, I came back to the desk, and it was up around. It just broke the VWAP. It's up around a little over 650, and I thought, okay, do you know what I'm going to do? Is it's going to break the 660 level. So at 655, I'm going to add another 5,000 shares. So I'll take the 10,000 that we were in, and I'll hold the 5,000 for a run up to see if we get that 65, 70 cents. It went up to 656. I added at 655, like I said, and added 5,000 shares there. And it went up to 656, waited for me to add the 5,000. In hindsight, I should have taken 5,000 off instead of adding. I should have halved my position, taken some profit. It then pulled back, starting came all the way back down, and stopped me out because as I added as I added the 5,000, I actually moved the stop up as well to break even, which would have been 644 at that stage. And as it pulled back, I got stopped out at 644. So unfortunately, we ended up with a loss of $2,000 on Redbox, but that's from my own stubbornness of just. I set a profit target and a stop loss, and it can hit either one of those. I'm not getting involved with it in the meantime. That's what I do when I swing trade. I set the goals, but this wasn't a swing trade. I wouldn't swing trade Redbox. This is an intraday trade. This is day trading. So you have to watch the action, take profits when you're in profit, and rack it up. But I didn't. I treated this a bit like I would if I was swing trading, and set the goals, set the stop loss and the take profit, and walk away and leave it and come back later and see, have you made money or lost money. That's kind of what I do when I'm swing trading, and probably the wrong thing. So we were $6,000, over $6,000 to the good. This took us down to 4,600. And at this stage, I'm in the chat room with talking about the markets. It's gone below the $5,000 level, but only just. I'm thinking, okay, we only need $500 to have that. What I have transfixed in my head is an aspirational daily goal of $5,000 a day. My OCD kicks in then. It's like, okay, Tony, you've got plenty of time. You can make $500. You can make $500. It's for you. The stock's moving. There's volatility in the market. You can make $500. So the energy sector was buoyant today. So we decided to trade Houston American. So I looked for an entry with Houston American, and it was on the scanners. At this stage now, this was the stock with the most momentum. It was on the top of the momentum scanner, and we're moving up. It's now we're approaching the half hour, and it's starting to move up. We get this a flag setup pullback, lovely little flag setup pullback, and a candle to make a new high. Oh, wonderful. That's a textbook bull flag setup. So we enter. And we entered at 508. And this candle moves up to 509 before pulling back. It moves into the next candle, but again, 509 before pulling back. And we got in for 5,000 shares. We're thinking, okay, we only need to make 10 cents. That's all we need. So we got stopped out, and as we broke lows, we got stopped out. But okay, that's fine. We're now, instead of 4,600, we're 3,900. Sorry, instead of 4,600 up on the day, we're 3,900 up on the day. So the OCD is probably not as big for me to want to get over the $5,000. We're a little bit way off the 5,000 now, and I'd have to take a bigger risk to get there in the time frames that we are. We've got half an hour left of the market. However, Houston American's looking strong because we get this pullback and then we do get the move up. So a little bit of consolidation, and I get into this candle here. And we enter the candle to make first real candle to make a new high. So I get in there for 505. So it's above the whole dollar, 505. Okay, go a little bit bigger, 10,000 shares. Take some profit off at 11 cents after, which makes us 1,100. It makes up what we'd lost, plus 600 besides, which essentially means that we're now over $5,000 green on the day, trade profit. So I'm, yes, great, $5,000 green on the day. And I turned to the chat room, yeah, I've done it, $5,000. Yeah, I was $6,000 and gave some back, but now I'm back to $5,000 green, finishing the week strong, finishing the week, all proud of myself, taking my eye off the screen, and I'm thinking, do you know what? I look back at the screen, and I'm thinking, we got out of here at 516, and I could have just let this run all the way up into the close, all the way up to 568. However, my daily goal is 5,000. My aspirational goal is 5,000 a day. But I'm not going to berate myself, because I'll tell anybody, any new trader especially, is that once you've hit your daily goal, close your screen, or move to a paper account if you want to continue trading, or close your computer, walk away, go and do something that you want to do, go and play football with the kids, go to the gym, go and do the shopping, whatever it is, walk away. Don't give your gains back. Once you've hit your daily goal, be happy, take what the market's giving you, and don't overstay your welcome. And whilst I didn't overstay my welcome, part of me is still thinking, I should have been paying attention, should have been in the moment, paying attention. Granted, I had a gin and tonic on the at the side of me whilst I was trading. It was approaching 9 p.m. my time, so you can on a Friday evening, so you can forgive me for that. But part of me is still saying, you could have made so much more if you just let that roll. Instead of just taking your profits at your daily goal, you could have let that roll. And do you know what? That's the same part of me that gets me into trouble when it goes the other way and gets me into bigger holes. So I'm not listening to that part of me. I'm happy to take my gains at my daily goal and walk away green. Not only green, but $5,000 green on the day. Not only $5,000 green on the day, but green on the week. And although it's only 3 months yet, still green on the month. We've now had 8 green trading days in a row. We've turned that corner. May's behind us. Forget May. It was a terrible trading month. It was difficult to trade, difficult trading conditions, and I didn't trade it very well. But forget May. We're in June. We're profitable. We're going to stay that way. And well, that's the goal at least. So it's a bank holiday weekend, a long weekend here in Dublin. However, Monday, the markets are open. So I will be back at the markets trading on Monday. So 1 p.m. London or Dublin time, wherever you're sat. That's 8 a.m. market time. 90 minutes before the market opens, I'll be back at it, streaming live, trading live. Come join me. If you haven't already, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's make some money, more money next week as well. And yeah, in the meantime, enjoy your weekend. See you soon.